Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Hux, and welcome to my The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Let's Play commentary series. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play to see as far as I can get on The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion by the time Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim comes out, which comes out on November 11th, and I think that game is going to easily win Game of the Year for 2011. I think it's going to be so much fun and be an awesome game. And The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is, if you don't know what it is, it's a role-playing game, and it has something crazy, like over 300 hours of gameplay in order to complete the full game, which is a crazy amount of hours. Like, I don't know any other game besides this game that has that much hours dedicated into like a campaign. So now we're gonna start a new guy. So let us begin. Start a new game. Yes. And you'll figure I won't skip through all like the talking parts. I mean, I might skip through some, but for those of you who like don't follow, never played Oblivion, I won't skip through it all, so you can kind of tell what's going on, and also tell you what's going on in the game as we go along.
I was born 87 years ago.
Alright guys, so this is the character creation menu, and basically this is where you totally customize your character. You choose his race, what he looks like, his hair color, his eyes, his age, his complexion, and I mean, you can make these guys look so fucking ugly. You can make them like, oh my god, it's hilarious how ugly you can make them. But anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about each race, like what their specialties are, what their weaknesses are. The first race is the Imperials, and the Imperials are natives of Cyrodiil, Cyrodiil is the land that, like, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion takes place in. It takes place in all of Cyrodiil. And Imperials are, I would say they're well-rounded characters. They're pretty good at anything, but if I would recommend something, it would be a warrior. If you can read at the bottom, it says they're skilled with heavy armor, and in the social skills intend to favor the warrior classes. And a warrior and heavy armor go hand in hand. So if you want to be a warrior, I would be an Imperial. Well, I wouldn't be an Imperial, but he would definitely be an option. Next is the Khajiits. And Khajiits are like a stupid, ugly cat-like race, and they're good with a bow. They make good thieves. They're quick, pretty nimble. Yeah. So if you're gonna be like if you would want to be someone with a bow, runs around and steals stuff, then a Khajiit would definitely be a good character for them. But I don't see Khajiits as being a good character choice, really, because, well, in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, they were slaves. Khajiits were slaves, and they're useless, and in this game, they're not much more useful. They're not that good. But, I mean, whatever floats your boat. Next is the Nords, and the Nords are basically just warriors, hardcore warriors. That's all you're going to be with a Nord. If you see like a Nord running around with a bow or running around with like a staff, then no, that just shouldn't be happening. It just doesn't work like that. They have good health, good endurance, good fatigue. Fatigue is like basically, I don't know how to describe fatigue. It's like the amount of energy you have, kinda. And the more fatigue you have, the stronger your attacks are and stuff. Yeah, so Nords are, yeah, as you see, it says they're highly talented warriors, so I recommend a Nord if you're going to be a warrior also. Next is Orcs. Orcs are absolutely hideous, so ugly, but an Orc speaks for itself. Everybody knows what an Orc is. They're warriors that are green. They're basically Nords, just green. Yeah, so, oh my god, I just can't get over how ugly he is. Look at his nose. What is wrong with it? Yeah, so if you're going to be a warrior, I would also recommend an Orc. Next is Red Guards. Red Guards are I like Red Guards. They're pretty well-rounded characters, but they're kind of like Imperial. Like, I would recommend a Warrior if you're going to be a Red Guard. But yeah, I would say that they're pretty well-rounded characters. Like, you could be a mage if you're going to be a Red Guard. You could be a guy with a bow with a Red Guard, but you don't see many of them, and if you do, they usually suck. And if you didn't notice, the Red Guards are black, so I don't recommend being them. I'm just kidding, I'm not racist. Red Guards really aren't that bad, as long as you're a Warrior. If you're a Warrior, then Red Guard will work out, definitely. Next is Wood Elves. Wood Elves are nimble, quick, good scouts, good thieves, and they're really good with the bow. Yeah, they make good thieves, and they're basically like, I would say that if you're going to go with like a character that's a thief, I recommend a Wood Elf, not a Khajiit or an Argonian like this. This is an Argonian. He's, in my opinion, the most pointless character in Oblivion. Let's look at him. Look how ugly he is. He's so dumb. They're thieves too, but they suck, so I'm not even going to talk about them. Next is a Breton. A Breton is a mage who is good at restoration magic and conjuration magic. And restoration magic is magic that you use to heal yourself, and conjuration magic is magic that you use to summon creatures to like fight by your side. And both of those magics are really helpful, so if you want to be a mage, you could definitely go with a Breton. And next is a Dark Elf. And a Dark Elf is like basically the most well-rounded character in the game. They're good with the blade, good with the bow, good at being a mage. So I recommend that if you're starting off and like this is your first character ever in Oblivion, I recommend being a Dark Elf, because you can basically like go wherever you want to. You could be a mage, a warrior, a bow guy, a thief, you know, whatever you want to be. Last but not least is the High Elf. The High Elf is the super mage of Oblivion. They're good at every magic, and they have tons of magicka. The only negative to a High Elf is they're really weak to fire, frost, and shock, and that'll kill you in the game, because it's very, very annoying to get killed by fire, frost, and shock, as you'll see later on. Yeah, so that basically sums it up for all the characters. Oh, wait, and you can also be a female, but nobody wants to be a woman, because they're dumb. And they're a lot uglier. No. Oh, God, look at that orc. Ugh. Orc woman. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. But yeah. So, what character I'm going to create is, I think I'm going to go with, not an orc. I think I'm going to go with, I actually really have no idea. I should have thought about this before I started this commentary. Not an Imperial. Not a Khajiit. No, not a Nord. Not an Orc. Not a Red Guard. Maybe a Wood Elf. No, not an Argonian. Maybe a Breton. Maybe a Dark Elf. I don't know what to do. I can't decide. I think I'm gonna go with Wood Elf. Pretty sure I'm gonna go with the Wood Elf. So yeah, and what me and my friends do when we play this game is we have a competition who can make the ugliest character, and you should see some of the guys we make. They're so ugly. You can totally like transform this guy into like, oh God, it's so funny. But I'm not gonna. It takes a lot of time. It takes a little while to do that, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna get a random face and see which one I like. None so far. That one is fat. That's fat. Keep randoming. I don't have to be that good. I like that. It's kind of, no, he's too black for me. I like... Yeah, that's good. He's kind of black, but he's kind of white, so it'll do. Hair. Hair. Nah, I'm gonna give him the mane. I like the mane. Color. Go with the custom color. Ew, ugly as fuck. I like that. Kind of glowy, kind of gay. Looks weird on my wood elf. But yeah, I'll just make it longer. And there we go. Oh, enter character name. Character name. We'll just call him Hux. Usually, I make really hideous names. I try to think of the ugliest names possible, but I don't know. It takes a while. So we'll just call him Hux. Actually, no. You know what? We're gonna... I have an ugly name on my mind, and we're gonna call him that. Hortense. Hortense. If you don't think that that is an ugly name, God. Hortense. That's his name. Alright, we are done. So let the journeys of Hortense begin.